So I'm about to be on my fitness trainer evangelist preaching type shit real quick. But one thing I really wanted to make a video on, I've kind of been holding off on it for a while, but I've talked to some cats who've dealt with this before, and it's something I've had and still have to this day. This is the thing. The title, I don't know, it'd probably be some shit like how I beat social anxiety or whatever the fuck. And I'm just gonna say real quick, this shit works for me. It doesn't mean it's gonna work for everybody. You know what I mean? Everyone has different types of anxieties and whatnot, and this is just how I cope with it and how I fucking be able to deal with it, and pretty much got out of a phase where it was detrimental. You know, it got to the point with me, man, where you wouldn't do things. Once it changes your lifestyle, that's when it's something that gets more severe, if you know what I'm saying. Like, if you start changing the way you act, the way you talk to people, you don't do certain things because of it, that's basically what anxiety is, let's be real. But you want to combat that. You don't want that shit to take over your whole fucking life. So I'm just going to share with y'all real quick pretty much how I've been able to deal with social anxiety especially, but this is just for everything. And one thing I want to get off real quick, I'm not going to be super fucking nice about it in this way, you know what I mean? Again, this is how I've dealt with it, this is how I've handled it, but it's one of these things that you see a lot of people going around and try to use it as a disability. I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, don't fucking use your social anxiety or any anxieties for that matter, or really unless it's something super detrimental. If it's something that everybody has, like things that everybody has anxieties, everybody has some sort of, or goes through some sort of depression, you know what I mean? Now there's different severities too, of course, but it's something that everybody experiences, you know what I mean? Don't be one of these people who try to use that as a scapegoat so that they can get out of things or get special treatment for it. That's the first fucking problem. And some of you watching this right now may hate me saying that shit. I'm just being real. You can't fucking use that as an scapegoat. Now, again, there's different severities to it. Some people have, when it comes to depression too, some people turn to suicide because of it. I'm not saying it's a fucking joke or nothing like that, but you gotta, in order to face it, in order to get over this shit, you can't just use it to your advantage, really. You can't just say like, oh, I can't do that because of this. You know, once it starts affecting your fucking lifestyle, that's when there's a need for change. I want to say middle to high school area, it was really bad. You know, I never fucking went out with friends or whatnot. I was never fucking gotten to parties or any of that shit. Still really don't, you know what I mean? But it was one of those things, man, where just the simplest shit you get anxiety about. If you guys who have it, you know what I'm talking about. Just little ass things, just going through a drive-through. And I want to get this off real quick too before I get in too deep. It's not that it's gone. I still have it. I still have fucking anxiety so bad. I still feel it rearing up its ugly ass goat mouthed head every time anything happens. It's always there. I always still have it. You just gotta learn how to get over it. When it comes up, you gotta come up with some way to combat it. And for me, that way is just fucking doing it anyways. You know, if say I'm going through a drive-through or whatnot, I'm thinking everything races through my head. What if my card declines? What if I count the cash out wrong or something like that? What if, just all these scenarios. People who have bad anxiety know that every scenario possible pops in your fucking head, all right? And that's probably not going to change unless you're on some sort of medication or whatnot. Again, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a doctor. If you want to handle it like that, go through. I'm just going to tell y'all how I get through it. My thing is, man, with social anxiety, I've always thought, or how I kind of got over it, or for the most part, kind of get through it, is I think about it like this. I think about, say for example, one thing that I got really bad anxiety about was when I graduated, going up and getting my fucking roll or whatever, you know what I mean? You think of every scenario, like, oh, I'm gonna trip on the stairs, which I did. I did that, by the way, in front of like 1,000 fucking people. I did trip on the stairs. It did happen. But instead of every time I think about that, I go into like shock because of that. And at the time, of course, I was fucking sweating bullets and shit. And my freaking ass was a full-on swamp. It was like a fucking waterfall down there because I was sweating so bad. My fucking greased up ass hair was creating like a fucking fishnet. Anyways, what I thought of in the moment, what I use is, you know what? Someday I'm gonna look back on that. I'm gonna tell that story to somebody, and it's gonna be funny. It's not gonna be fucking scary anymore. I'm gonna look back and I'm think everything that happens how I go about life is how everything that happens is just a part of a story. It's a story, you know. That's just me being a more creative type, I guess you could say. I do fucking YouTube, obviously. I like entertainment. I like not really like, I like shit movies, but I like shit with story, you know what I mean? So I think of it like that. I'm like, hey, everything that happens is all part of a story. You know what? If it's just I trip in front of 1,000 people, everybody laughs, fuck it. I made 1,000 people laugh. Maybe it wasn't for the best fucking reason. I gotta, you know, no one's ever gonna let me forget that shit. But at the end of the day, it made people laugh. It was funny. And fuck, I'm gonna tell that story like I'm telling it now. I'm not sweating bullets because of it. I'm just like, hey, that shit was pretty fucking funny. People are gonna remember that. Now, if it's like you shit your drawers in school or something like that, that's a little much. But again, it's one of those things, you know, if you're telling a story to somebody who didn't, especially if they didn't know you when you were growing up or whatever, and you tell them like, oh dude, listen to this embarrassing thing that happened to me back in the day. You might not think about it in the moment of that being a thing, but that's how I think about it now. I think about it every time I do some dumb shit or say something fucking stupid. I'm like, how am I gonna tell this story? How am I gonna make this into a full story to tell somebody around a campfire someday? That's how I go about it, you know? I thought, you know, maybe this helps some other people out there. Like I said, it's not gone. I still fucking get the anxiety shit all the fucking time. You just gotta be able to find your way of being able to combat it. You know, mine is, I'm just like, man, fuck it. You know, that's really my whole thing now is, you know what? It's just trying shit too. I had anxiety about fucking everything, man. I didn't want to try this. I didn't want to try this sport. I didn't want to eat this food because it might do this or whatever. My philosophy now is, fuck it. You only live once. I mean, that's what it really, you only live once. And fuck it, would I rather be the cat who's scared to do everything because something in my mind's telling me that, oh, this bad could happen, this bad could happen. Man, fuck it. We're gonna get an alien invasion of some shit someday. We're all gonna fucking die. You're gonna die being the mook who's stuck in his room all day scared of shit, or you're gonna go out and fucking do something. You know, and look, I might sound pretty harsh right now, and you might be like, well, you could say that, but it's not easy in practice. Dog, I fucking know. I went through the same shit. And I can sit here and fucking say it like this, you know, very commanding, because for some people that's what it takes. It's what it took for me. It's like, well, you fucking pussy, how about you go do it? Well, you sit here and stop bitching about it and playing your little fucking Halo 2s and shit. Get out and do something, you fucking Momo. Go out and get a fucking 2-for-4 burrito pack from Taco Bell or some shit. Why are you scared to go up to a waitress? What are you, some little bitch? I mean, that's what it worked for me. You know what I mean? You know, of course, it's not gonna work for everybody, but, you know, I just thought I'd share that because I know a lot of people deal with social anxiety and whatnot, and, you know, just me even showing my face on here, man. Fucking a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have done that. Like, my whole other fucking channels and whatnot never show my face because I was just insecure myself, you know what I mean? But I've put in the work. I've done what I can to try to combat it, to go against the grain and be a normal person, you know. And like I said, everybody gets it. Don't use it as an excuse because everybody gets some form of anxiety, you know what I mean? Just think about that. Just think about it next time if you get it real bad. Just think, maybe the other person on the other side of whatever, maybe the person handing you your role at your graduation, the other people you're graduating with, they're all having fucking sweating bullets too. You know, everybody's in this shit together, man. So you might as well, hey, go with it. Do what you gotta do. Get by. Don't be the little bitch. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace the fuck out.